Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of corporate filing so you don't have to. Today we are diving into the latest from UBX technology, and let me tell you, some of these numbers are a bit like a roller coaster, but we'll try and explain it simply. This is a Form 6K filing, which is basically a snapshot that foreign companies give the SEC to keep investors updated. This one is for the month of April 2025. It contains the company's operating and financial review, as well as their unaudited financial statements for the 6 months that ended in December 2024 and 2023. This section gives a high-level overview of how the company is doing, its plans, and the risks it faces. It's like the company's story, but told through a financial lens. We are going to go directly into the numbers, but it's worth mentioning that this is their story that is painted in a positive light, even if it doesn't look that way. Let's dive straight into the numbers. Remember, these financial statements are for the 6 months that ended December 31, 2024, and we'll compare them to the same period in 2023. Since they are labeled unaudited, we should be careful with any conclusions since they are not checked by external accounting firms. Okay, their total revenues show a significant shift. In 2024, they reported about $4.7 million in revenue, but in 2023, it was around $6.7 million. That is a decrease of about $2 million or around 30%. That's like losing almost a third of your business in just 1 year. If you imagine a retail store, it would be like saying that out of 10 customers, 3 stopped showing up. This is definitely not a good sign. Now let's look at the cost of those revenues. In 2024, it was approximately $2.8 million, whereas in 2023, it was about $3.1 million. While the revenue decreased, the cost of generating that revenue didn't decrease by a proportional amount. It tells us that they have gotten less efficient at generating profits. This leads us to gross profit, which is the revenue left over after you subtract the direct costs of making the goods or providing the services. In 2024, their gross profit was around $1.9 million, but in 2023, it was much higher at around $3.6 million. This is almost half of what they made the previous year. That's a massive drop. This suggests that not only are they selling less, but they're also making less profit on each sale. Selling expenses is the money they spend on advertising, sales staff, and other efforts to get their product out there. It went from roughly $387,000 in 2024. It is a reduction, but in this case, it is not necessarily a good thing. It might mean they are lowering investment to save money because of bad revenues. These are the costs to keep the business running, like salaries, rent, and utilities. Here we can see they spent about $2.2 million in 2023, but spent only $1.9 million in 2024. It seems they also tried to cut down on running costs, but with a negative impact in the business. So after we consider all of the expenses, the loss from operations is a very important measure of performance, and it's a metric the company can't really hide with accounting tricks. Here is where it gets bad. They had a profit of about $1 million in 2023, but reported a loss of $1.2 million in 2024. This means the company's core business is losing money, and it's something to worry about. Finally, the net loss, which is the total loss after all revenues and expenses are accounted for. They lost close to $1.2 million. To better understand this, it's crucial to check what's happening with the cash. Cash is king, right? Well, the cash reserves went down from about $8.4 million at the start of 2024 to around $5.5 million by the end of the year. The company is burning cash, and at this rate, they'll need to find more funding soon to keep operations running. The market sentiment around this stock is that it's a risky bet. So what's the bottom line here? UBX Technology is facing some serious challenges. Revenues are down, costs aren't decreasing fast enough, and they're burning through cash. These financial results paint a picture of a company that is struggling. While they might talk about innovative solutions and market opportunities, the numbers suggest a different story. Here's my take. UBX needs to stabilize its revenue and cut costs more effectively to turn things around. They'll likely need to seek additional funding or strategic partnerships to stay afloat. Investors should be very cautious as the company faces significant financial headwinds. These numbers are worrying, but don't take my word for it. Do your own research and consult with a financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Thanks for watching Corporate Decoder. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more financial analysis.